Huh? Best football app on the market for live scores, transfers and news. Yep. Give that a download, mate. Down in the description. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Charlton Athletic Career Mode. Today we are on episode 28 and we are in a very, very pivotal time right now where things could just change for the better, hopefully. So last time I asked you guys, should we go ahead with a financial takeover? And you overwhelmingly voted for the yes option, which means very exciting times for me because I get to make some slightly better transfers than I otherwise could in this January transfer window. I also think I gave the information last time that it would happen towards the end of the month, as I was going to record 2 episodes at that time, but I only recorded 1, which means we are on the 5th of January. This is all you need to know, and we can do the financial takeover right now. So we're actually currently in the career mode. Let's come out of it for a second. We'll come over here to the catalog. We'll go all the way over to career mode, and we will go over to the financial takeover. Let's go ahead with it. We'll redeem it, and hopefully now when we go back into our career mode file, we will, I think we have to advance the date, and then we will be taken over by a big old rich person somewhere, probably in Saudi Arabia or somewhere. I don't know. Either way, let's advance and hopefully we'll see it pop up on the right hand side on the news. So let's have a look. Splash the cash demand, Charlton Athletic supporters. Move over. Here come Charlton Athletic as a new dawn is ushered in with the arrival of the new mega rich owners and the prospect of success to come around the corner. Blah-de, blah-de, blah. Basically, mate, we got loads of money. Let's check our transfer amount right now. And look at that. If we keep the wages at 23,000, which we won't, by the way, we have 42 million. Let's slide this up to like 150k. We've got pretty much 40 million pounds to play with and mess around with here in the January transfer window. We're already sitting, before this even happened, in 2nd place in the Championship. So we're already in the automatic zone to go up to the Premier League. But now we have a lot more cash to splash. So things should be very interesting. Maybe we could even catch 58-point Wolverhampton Wanderers currently after 25 games played. That's how many points they got. So they are running away with it. Can we catch them? I bloody well hope so. But meanwhile, guys, let's see what's happening over here in the office. And very, very importantly, we have a transfer offer that has come in from Independiente for Charlton Grant. £8 million they're offering. I actually think he's worth a little bit more than that. So I'm going to try and negotiate this and see what their manager says. Oh no, that is not how I expected that to go. So we went for £8.5 million as the straight up fee with a 10% sell on clause, and they have outright rejected it, which is hugely disappointing. I hope another transfer offer does come in for Charlton Grant because we do need to ship him and get a new striker in. Meanwhile, Mikel Kennedy and also Kenneth Yao have returned from their respective loan spells. Will we be using them? Probably not, but nice to know and inform you lot that they are back and in the squad. And finally, to report from the office, we have hit one of our long-term financial goals of increasing the club's worth within 2 seasons. It doesn't mean a lot, but nice work nonetheless. And luckily, not too many days have passed since we had that rejection of the Charlton Grant transfer that didn't go through with Independiente, but now we have Stoke City who come in and they are offering us 8 million at the moment to get the services of Charlton Grant permanently. So let's go in and try and negotiate an offer with them. And another team that are not willing to go only up to £9 million with a 10% sell-on clause. Now, I think that this is a FIFA mechanic coming in because I have actually put, I believe, Charlton Grant on the transfer list. So I think that the fact that he's on the transfer list means that teams generally offer less money for him. So it's a bit of a risk because if I take him off of the transfer list, not as many offers are guaranteed to come in, and I do want that guarantee of getting some money for him. Now we have the financial takeover that's happened. Obviously, we've got a lot of money sitting there anyway, so maybe I need to just accept a sort of £8 million-ish offer rather than, as you can see, try and get 8.5 to 9 million with a sell-on clause as well for Charlton Grant. But he's just been so unbelievably good, which just makes me want to get good value for him. But I think I'm going to have to sort of cut my losses eventually and accept around about, like I said, the £8 million mark. So, final scout report on Josh Windass. I believe this was a player who was suggested by somebody in the comments a couple of episodes ago. 74 rated centre forward. He's 26 years old, which means he's not really going to improve from that. He could be a good backup player, but for £7.5 million, I don't think that's the kind of player I want to be getting in. In fact, I'm probably going to need to go and reassess partly during this episode and partly after this episode as well, some of my new transfer targets. So, Ben Woodburn is one player, by the way, who I'm really looking at getting signed. Unfortunately, though, it's a 23-day scouting duration, which is annoying. So we don't know what his current rating is, but we do know that he is an unbelievably talented young player who will grow up or grow to be a very, very high rated player in this game. So yeah, we need to sort of leave this probably for next episode mainly, but we certainly have a better idea of what kinds of deals we can do. Now it's time to turn our attention to the actual football. So we have a couple of games to get through today. The first one is Brentford, which we was meant to play this game in the last episode. It was meant to be a triple London derby situation. However, the Millwall game and lots of other things took a lot of time. So today we have Brentford and Leeds, and we may also get onto this game against Sheffield Wednesday at home. But these two games, Brentford and Leeds, are both away. I think Brentford are doing well in the league, I like to think. Yes, they are third, so we're definitely going to have to play that one. And Leeds are down there in 12th. I don't really want to sim it, but I think I might have to. So potentially we might get a player in before then. So let's just play it by ear. So ladies and gents, the first signing of the January transfer window that we've made, and it is going to be Johnny Williams. I just wanted to do this due to obviously the real life situation. However, in the game it is a slightly different situation to real life because we're not going to see the rewards of this transfer until the summer. So he's going to come in, probably act as more of a squad rotation player, because I think by then we'll have some better players than him in terms of his rating in the squad. But Johnny Williams is going to come in. He can play CAM and CM. He's 26 years old, obviously Welsh, and he will come into the squad just like he is playing for Charlton currently in real life. So quite looking forward to having him maybe sitting on the bench, coming off, making an impact. Haven't used him in this game actually, but he's got quite a lot of traits there, one of which is actually that he's injury prone, which is a shame. But the other two, oh, I don't know what they are by those symbols, but they're good ones, so he will be coming in very soon. So here we go, January the 11th, and it is a clash between 2nd and 3rd. We are away to Brentford. They are only a point behind us, and we haven't managed to make any signings with our new huge transfer budget. However, our squad is still strong, and I think we might be able to pull the result off here. I'm really hoping we can. Let's pick our kits. Do you know what? That works for me. That just about works for me. I might actually put them in their away kit just so it's a little bit clearer. By the way, if anybody had any issues with how the colorations are looking right now, if you didn't know, I'm actually a little bit colorblind, and they've just done an update on FIFA where you can change the coloration to suit your colorblindness. So if the colors are looking a little bit off and a bit weird to you, that is because I have put the colorblindness setting on for greens. That's probably the most boring piece of information you'll ever hear, but that is why it might look a little bit different. Anyway, let's get into this game. It's Charlton versus Brentford. It's a big one. And the lineups are in, starting with our hosts, Brentford. And as you can see, at centre-back, Ezri Konsa, the number 26, the ex-Charlton youth prospect, does start for them. So a pretty good centre-back, and probably the first time he's played against his old club, I would think, unless we've played them earlier on in the season. I didn't have time to read out all the player names, but you can pause it if you wanted to have another look, and let's get on to how Charlton line up. So a couple of changes here. We have gone with Yuma Suzuki up front, the number 13, after his heroics against Millwall in the last episode. Colin Grant is on the bench this time. Lyle Taylor unfortunately has been dropped, but he doesn't really deserve it, to be perfectly honest. And there you can see how Charlton line up today. Not many changes. Aribo, Earl and Suzuki, I think, the only changes we have made. So it depends if you think three's a lot. But we had to rotate it a little bit from the FA Cup fixture. And now it is all about getting the 3 points here at Brentford. Can we win this? Yuma Suzuki does win it, but he can't find a teammate. Now here comes McEachran. And Brentford look like a good little side, to be honest, here, playing some nice passing football. It's Josh McEachran, and he plays it out to the left-hand side. It's Watkins, takes a touch inside, and Rody DeBoer punches it out. Can we collect this? No, we can't. Forsakaski does well, but he's lost it just on the edge of the box here. They're playing around with it very, very nicely. In the box, a little chipped header. DeBoer saves, and that's it, the post, and they're going to get a third bite of the cherry, and it hits the post again. Unbelievably close from Brentford, but Charlton did not deal with that very well at all. Reflexes all over the place, but Rody DeBoer just did about enough there in the situation. The defence were asleep though. Oh, Brahim Diaz has pinched the ball, and Yuma Suzuki's going to just about have the pace here. He's going to knock it back in, and we are going to get the goal here. Oh, great save from Bentley. Really good save from Bentley. That is a match-defining save there. And the left foot of whoever the on-runner was, oh, look at that outstretched foot, and it really did make himself big, and that is as good as a goal. That is really as good as a goal. Corner's going to come in now, though, from Diego Lainez, and it's a poor one. Well, it's not too poor, there was just no one on the end of it. Aribo, a little through ball to Diaz. This is how we seem to be getting results these days, with these really quick counter-attacks, and here comes Diego Lainez in the box. 2 defenders in front of him, so he can't get the shot off, and now here's forced to Kaski. And someone needs to release this at some point because they've got lots of bodies behind the ball and there's not a lot we can do about it. Aribo sends it up to Brahim Diaz, and there's a little header. Suzuki through and away eventually. Really nice defensive shape from Brentford here. Very hard to break down. Here comes Mupay. Mupay to Woods. What a save, Rody de Boer. Great strike at his net. Came from not really any sort of real danger. The pop shot came from just outside the box. Look at that. Just laid off really quickly. Bang. And a nice firm, I think, left palm from Rody de Boer. And there is the man clapping his own save. Nice. And in comes the corner. Stengs has got to win this header. He doesn't. Rody de Boer does claim it, though. And that is going to be half time. And the score is 0-0. We have had our fair share of chances. Nothing too clean cut for Charlton. Probably Brentford just about edging it in terms of the real clear-cut chances. And as you can see, Suzuki, our striker, no shots, no attempts on goal. So we need to sort of up our game here in the second half, and hopefully we might be able to grab this 1-0 if we do manage to win it. Lainez. Suzuki almost. Forced to Kaski to Stengs. Back to Forced to Kaski with the finesse shot. And it's going to go through to Bentley, the keeper. Again, the defensive shape of Brentford really paying off for them. Esri Konsa part of that, by the way. Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's Woods, who of course has scored. And that was a really poor mistake at the back there. And there have been a few of those individual errors lately that have led to opposition goals for Charlton. And Woods, just really grateful to receive the ball there and stuck it past Rody de Boer, who could do nothing but guess where he was going to go. Unfortunately, he guessed the wrong way, and Brentford take the lead here. And we managed to get the tackle in, played it into the number 4, who I believe is Foyt. Pinched from him and into the back of the net by the number 13. It was a really good finish in the end, and now Charlton really need to turn it on to even potentially grab a point here. So the ball goes out of play here, and we are going to make a couple of substitutions, and it wasn't the ideal situation because I know he's not really a Charlton player anymore, but Charlton Grant is going to have to come on and rescue us here alongside Rolly Bonavaccia, and off the pitch I believe it's forced to Kaski and also Calvin Stengs who make way. So let's see if this changes anything. Oh, look at the space down the left-hand side for Watkins. Great tackle from Jason Pearce. And that is the kind of stuff we need as we are really back to the wall here. Deek still. Here we go. It's Diego Lainez. Knock that inside. Have we still got the ball? We have. There's some runs over here. Yuma Suzuki, he is going to find. I think this is Earl. And we're going to need to put a cross in here. Is anyone there for the header? We have got a header onto the ball. Wasn't good enough and doesn't go in the back of the net. 10 minutes left to play. Suzuki through to Colin Grant. Colin Grant, he's going to just run in the box. That's a penalty all day long. We have managed to get a penalty, and it was Colin Grant, the man who went down. 8 minutes left on the clock. Who will step up and take this penalty and try and equalise here for Charlton with not very long left to go at all. So it will be Yuma Suzuki, 71 penalty taken. I think I'm going to probably go down the right-hand side here. And we score with Yuma Suzuki. That is the second successive game that he has scored for Charlton. And I didn't actually expect us to pull ourselves back in this game because Brentford's defensive shape was incredibly hard to break down. But we have got the breakthrough here for Charlton at least, and it is number 13, Yuma Suzuki, with another goal, this time in the league, from the penalty spot. We went the right way, we fooled the keeper, and we may be getting a point, if not maybe more, here at Brentford. And our final substitution with a couple of minutes to go. Obviously, Forster Kaski didn't go off earlier, so I can't remember which player it would have been that went off instead. But either way, Zhu comes on for Forster Kaski now. We may have one more chance in this game here if we can pull some passes together. Here comes Bonavaccia to Zhu, who's just come on, and Zhu almost managed to get in the box. Probably the last chance of the game here. Deek still makes a lovely tackle, and I think that is going to be full time. Yes, it is the full-time whistle, and the final score is Brentford 1, Charlton 1. That is not a bad point, you know. We stay second, we're going to make some more signings, we're going to improve the quality of this squad, and we rescued a point again through Yuma Suzuki. So really, really decent game there, really decent performance. So let's have a look at the player stats and all that kind of stuff and move on to our next game. So man of the match was Woods for Brentford, but in terms of Charlton, we all got pretty much 6s and 7s, with the 8.2 coming in the form of Anthony Deek still. If you can hear any noises in the background, by the way, that is just my niece singing in the bath. She's being extremely loud for some reason. Either way, decent performance from the boys. A point away at Brentford, who are chasing our position. It's not bad, you know, it's not bad. So this time River Plate come in with a £7.5 million bid for Karlan Grant. Can we finally get this deal over the line and let Karlan Grant go and play for another team? River Plate's a very odd team to come in for him, but you know, FIFA doesn't really understand the real logistics of how transfers work. So apparently he's keen to go to Argentina. Well, we don't know if he is, it might break down yet, but let's go in and see if we can get the appropriate amount of money from River Plate for Karlan Grant services. And another team who just don't want to pay the bucks for Karlan Grant. We wait for the next team to come in for him. So we got a £3.4 million offer for Josh Earl here. He's 21 and he's very versatile, so I don't really want to get rid of him. So we're going to just outright reject that. We've had other few transfers, random transfer bids that have come in, and we've rejected them. The only player I'm really looking to sell at this point is Karlan Grant. So we're getting towards the end of January now, and we're going to have to make some actions very, very soon on transfers, on the whole transfer front. Bobadilla, Avila and Palacios, 3 players who I have asked for a scout report on, they have since come in, so there's some decent players being looked at here. We're going to make all of the decisions, and I feel like there will be a big overhaul in the next episode. And now we have this game against Leeds United. We will go into it with this lineup that you can see in front of you here, and lots of nice ratings as championship squads go there. I've said it before and I'll say it again. But anyway, we have a game against Leeds United over at Ellen Road. A very difficult away fixture here. Let's see how the boys can do. So, into the game now. 10 minutes played, no action so far. Calvin Stengs actually gets on the score sheet and pops up with a goal in the 18th minute. Very good news for Charlton fans. And we are now just about into the second half. Can we hold on to this lead? I bloody hope so, because this is a really difficult place to go, Ellen Road. Don't want to jinx it. We've got 50 minutes left, 10 minutes left now. Are we going to hold on to this lead? We are, and that is a 3-pointer away at Leeds United, and that is not always, you know, that's not something you see every day. So a nice 3 points away at Leeds to end the episode off, and we are going to take things slightly slowly, given the sort of situation with the takeover, given the fact that I want to allow myself some time to look at some players to get in. What we will do though is end off the episode with some player development. Hopefully we might get a couple of rating boosts here. Not quite, but a lot of players performing well in the training drills nonetheless. Hopefully Aribo can get up to a 75 rated very soon. We're working on his long shots and things like that. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you leave a like on this one for me. Also, subscribe to the channel for more, and also hit the notification bell for notifications whenever I upload a video. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one, where there will be a lot of stuff happening in the transfer window. See you later, and sweet.